Tuesday. I hope your week is off to a wonderful start. Today I want to talk about a Bible story found in Genesis chapter 24. So in Genesis chapter 24, Abraham sends his servant to find a wife for his son Isaac. And as the servant is traveling down to Mesopotamia, the servant prays and asks that God do a few specific things so that he'll know the woman he's supposed to choose. And while he's still praying, Rebecca comes up to the well and does exactly what the servant had prayed and asked God to do. And in chapter 24 it says, and the servant wondered, or he questioned, if this was the woman he was supposed to choose. Now God had literally answered his prayer to a T, and he still questioned whether or not it was God's will. And I think sometimes this is exactly what we do in our life when we're searching for God's will. We pray and ask God that he'll show us his will for our life, and God will open doors and he'll shine the light down in the truth of his word. And we just sit back and question, like, God, is this really what I'm supposed to do? Are you sure? Almost like we think God's will is supposed to be this elusive thing that we never actually find. And we get so comfortable in our season of complacency and uncertainty that we just are comfortable not actually fulfilling God's will. And I want to caution you, never get more comfortable fleecing God's will than fulfilling God's will. Sometimes people will fleece. They have no problem fleecing God's will, but when it comes time to fulfilling, they'll hesitate or even flat out refuse to follow God's will. So I urge you, never get more comfortable fleecing God's will than you are fulfilling God's will. And it's like we're afraid sometimes or scared that if we follow God's will, then we'll be miserable and just unhappy the rest of our life. But I'll tell you that God's will fulfills. So when God calls you to do something, he'll give you that passion and love and ambition to fulfill his will. And while you're fulfilling God's will is fulfilling your life. So trust him today. God has got a beautiful story planned out for you. If you'll just trust him and fulfill the will he's got planned for you, God will do beautiful things in your life.